Hello, and thank you so much for joining me for our evening flow video. This flow is going to look a little bit different to previous flows as well as what we've been doing in class. This flow is very slow and it is one that is more focused on slowing down rather than speeding up. So our standing flows and the flows that we've been doing through class are a bit more energizing, whereas this one is to have the opposite effect and to start to wind down and get you ready for the evening, ready for sleep, ready for laying in bed. There will be some terms, as with previous weeks, I will be instructing with the breath because I would like you to be able to revisit these videos once we have introduced the breath, which we'll be doing next week in week 4. Please, if there are some terms that are unfamiliar to you, please don't stress too much about them. They will become more clear as of next week, and should just use whatever breath feels most comfortable for you. So something that I talk about a lot is the natural breath, your natural, honest breath, and one that comes to you without feeling the need to breathe a little deeper, a little slower, anything like that. Just honoring your natural breath. And so when we do these holds through the flow to this evening, today, whenever you're doing it, just allowing your natural breath to flow through the body and leaning into these different breath techniques after next week when we have introduced the breath. But to show how simple and easy and unrequiring props this flow is, I've got a trusty pillow, something I've come into a nice carpeted area. This is something you can also do on the bed. So it is meant to be just a very short routine and just to, as I said, prep you to going to sleep. So we're going to start by propping the pillow off to the side. And we're going to start with our child's pose. So child's pose being a pose where we bring the hips towards the heels and then we start to walk the hands out. We're going to keep the knees together for this one and walking the hands out and allowing the forehead to come to the earth. From here, we're going to take 5 rounds of breath. So if you're aware of the breath, we're going to activate our soft belly breathing. And if you're not aware, we're just going to allow our natural breath to flow through the body. Just allow 5 rounds of inhale and exhale. Allowing yourself to take time here. Enjoying the pause at the top and the bottom of the breath. And as you finish your 5th exhale, on your 6th inhale, bringing yourself into tabletop position. Working with the breath once more. So we're going to bring belly towards the earth, chest through the arms, gaze coming forward. And as we exhale, tuck through the tail, dome through the back and shoulders. Inhale, belly towards the earth, shoulder blades move towards one another, but still engage those palms into the earth to find lift. As we then exhale, tuck and dome. Once again, energy in the palms to draw the shoulders away from one another. One more here as we inhale, belly towards the earth, gaze forward. Exhale, tucking and doming. From here, finding our way into child's pose again, but this time we're going to bring the knees apart. So big toes together, knees apart. We're going to walk our right arm out and then our left hand is going to thread between the body and the arm and the leg with our palm facing up. If the body weight shifts all the way over to the side where the hand is coming through, try to bring our weight back even so it's even through both knees before then allowing the body to melt all the way down onto the earth. And you can either bring a cheek or temple, or you can bring forehead to the earth. But once again, we're just having 5 rounds of breath here. Taking the time to make sure weight's even through both legs. And then settling in for 5 rounds of either natural or soft belly breathing. Soften through the jaw. Release the tongue from the top of the mouth. The end of your 5th round of breath. Pressing that palm into the earth to lift ourselves up. Bring the knees back together. This time the arms are going to come behind and we're going to allow our forehead to come down to the earth and shoulders to get nice and heavy. Not holding here too long. Just counteracting the pose that we were doing before. Bit of a child's pose twist. So now bring the palms either side of the head, energy in the palms to lift ourselves up and out. Couple of cat-cows once more as we inhale, belly towards the earth, gaze forward. Exhale, tucking and doming, rounding through the back and shoulders. Inhale, belly towards the earth, gaze forward. Exhale, tucking and doming. Finding our child's pose twist on the other side, so knees coming apart, big toes together. Walking the hands out, and whichever hand you didn't do before, that now comes and threads between the arm and the body. And once again, if that weight shifts over, bringing it back. So just to show you that if the weight shifts over like this, we've got all of our weight on one side. We want to shift our weight so it's nice and even once more. And then the arms coming back so that there's space for the forehead or cheek or temple to come down to the earth. So finding your way into that child's pose twist. And then holding for 5 rounds of natural or soft belly breathing. The point being not to rush this, to embrace slowing down, to embrace any stillness. Softening through the face, softening through the belly. Notice that this round of 5 breaths may take a little longer now that the body has slowed down, the mind has slowed down. Once you finish that 5th round of breath, the outstretched hand, the outstretched arm comes in, palm coming to the earth to lift ourselves up and out. And then bringing these together, arms by our side, forehead towards the earth, letting the shoulders get heavy to counteract here. Not staying here too long. So we now bring the palms either side of the face, energy into the earth to bring ourselves up. And this is where our pillow is going to come into it. So we're going to hold our child's pose once more, but this time we're going to hold it with a pillow underneath the body. This can tuck right in here. We can have toes together, knees apart once more. And then we're just going to allow ourselves to melt over the pillow. A nice big fluffy pillow helps here. And just allow the arms to fall by our side, taking 5 rounds of natural or soft belly breathing here. softening through the face, the shoulders, softening through the jaw, feeling the belly press into the pillow on the inhale, feeling the navel get drawn towards the spine on the exhale. Enjoying the pause at the top and the bottom of the breath. Not feeling the need to rush. Not feeling the need to tick the box. Doing this with intention. At the end of your 5th round of breath, palms coming to the earth either side of the pillow. Energy into the palms to lift ourselves up. Pillow can come to the side. Final movement here. One final hold of our child's pose. So we're going to walk the hands out, big toes together, knees apart. We're going to walk our hands over to the right side. We want to stretch through the left side of the body, but not so strong that we either hold our breath or clench our jaw. Once we found that sweet spot of stretch, but not too strong, melting head and heart into the earth. Breathing here. On your next inhale, a slight lift of the gaze, walking the hands through center, finding that stretch to the left side now, so right side of the body, finding that sweet spot between stretch without clenching, and then melt head and heart into the earth. Breathing here. If you're holding your breath, come back a little bit. If you're clenching the jaw, soften that stretch a little bit. We're not looking to add stress. We're looking to relax, to let go, to slow down. So we lift the gaze now, walking the hands back to center and then back towards the body. And that is our nighttime flow. So a little different to what you're typically used to with the classes that we've been doing and the videos that we've been doing, but a wonderful flow, a wonderful slow down to prepare the body and the mind for rest. I hope you found this enjoyable, and I hope that you continue to enjoy doing this flow and doing this movement before bed or whenever you feel a little overwhelmed or stressed. Even once we have introduced the breath next week, I think that you'll get even more out of it then. So thank you again for joining me, and I'll see you next week.